So, hello YouTube, this is Brooke back with, this is a spare NES board that I have, and what I just had completed doing was, I don't see the RF modulator anymore. I desoldered this for a reason. I'm not going to use the RF modulator. I might use it just as a small test, but right here, this was an expansion port on the NES, and I haven't decided whether, and I put out this video for ones who would like this, but right in this area is where the expansion slot for the NES, the old NES, actually when you flip upside down your NES, pull off that cover and then break through that hole in the bottom of the case, you'll see this protruding out of the back of it. So it's an expansion slot, and if you have any interest, go on there's a Wikipedia website basically talking about the pinouts here, and it tells you that certain ports on here can be used for other things. Some people have actually used these pins, or yeah, I guess the pins, we'll call it pins, to add the extra audio for Famicom games, which is the Japanese version of the NES. Now, what I have done, and if you have a Raspberry Pi or Arduino, you know that these are quite handy, and you solder those on. So what I've decided to do is, instead of having that expansion port, just solder those on instead. Now you're probably wondering why I do that. If you buy these cables, you can just pop these on, and it's meant mainly for ones who want to do experiments with an NES. You could probably do this with a Super Nintendo too if you really wanted to, but some of it, one end will give you 5 volts, and apparently there's a board out there that I've recently heard of in the last year. It's called the NEO, or NEO. I'm trying to think how that, I thought it was the ENIO. Somebody was building a board so that you could plug underneath your NES, but I went ahead and soldered these on, and then I could make whole nother board to add additional features to the NES itself if I wanted. Maybe I could add the Famicom controller like the other guy did, or even, I guess, somebody's even tested the Famicom, what is it called, family computer. You could actually use it like the way the Famicom did in Japan, where you could have a keyboard and mouse and start programming, learn how to do some programming. So that was back in the past. So my plan for this one, if it works out and pans out, I'm also gonna add extra cables here to make wireless controllers inside the box, and also obviously I added this so I could plug these handy dandy cables in for if I want to do a little extra mod for anything. But I figured if anybody wants to buy from me, I'll eventually make more of these. I probably will keep this port on for you because this is just an experimental thing I'm doing, but I could get things ready if ones are wanting to buy off from me. I'll make sure the board works ahead of time and all that, and then I could also sell these on eBay if ones were interested. I'm thinking if I did go about this, you would get the casing, of course, or even the RF modulator. Yeah, I've actually considered just soldering wires and then adding the wires to the RF modulator there, so that you can just do whatever you want with it. But yes, I could strip down the board. I just did this. It wasn't too long, maybe taking me 20 minutes for this, 20 minutes for that. My first time around, when I first was starting, that took a whole hour for me because I didn't know what I was doing. Now I know what I'm doing. So this was fun. If you're interested, this is mainly for NES development. I only post this on YouTube because if you are interested, I will start selling these. And I probably will set up a link if I start to sell at least one to see how it goes. I'm thinking pricing wise, it won't come with controllers because I really don't have controllers. When I bought these units, they said they were broken, but they're not. So you might just be buying the unit for about 40 bucks. If you want to pay that much for a development with these nice things. I probably won't sell these cables. You can get those off of eBay. I found them. They're like $2 from China. But I can do the soldering. It might be 40 to 45 bucks depending on what you want. So leaving this on YouTube. Thanks. You guys have a nice day. Bye.